So here we are in the old city, in the walled-off city that formerly belonged to the Caliph, right? Caliph, the Caliph.
About 2,000 years ago.
About 2,000 years ago, my mom says. Mom, what else can you tell us about this place?
What can I say about this place? Now, what they say that now the government is like an owner of this place, and no one can build anything without the permission from the government. But you're not going to get the permission because they said it's protected now.
Mm-hmm.
So Tofik was the last one who was allowed to build something, but in order to allow it, you have to hire a person who would make a plan that would be approved by the government, because your building, your house should look like 2,000
something
years ago.
original.
Yes, original. So it has to have like original flavor to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So our house, our villa where we're staying, I'll show it to you later. It fits 4 stories, and it fits into the style that's already here. So it doesn't necessarily stand out.
Look at the walls. You see the rock. It's pinkish.
Mm-hmm.
You see most of the buildings are. You see the pinkish.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when Tofik built his house, they told him this rock is very expensive, because they have to make it somewhere at the end of the city, so it is very expensive, and it's only one place that makes it, because they are adding some very natural material in order to get this color.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it makes it even more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see it, you see the pinkish color prevails.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thanks for that tip, Mom. That was awesome. So my mom just told me that a lot of the windows here have these metal brackets on. I'll show them to you right now.
Like
These
window cage.
I guess you could call it a window cage, yeah. Essentially, it was in theory like an anti-break-in system, yeah? like a protection system.
Protection, right.
But
like
my
ADT system.
ADT today. But my mom said that you'll never see 2 of the same styles, because each one kind of belongs to like your family clan or like a family logo. So we'll try to see if we could see some more to see if there's a difference. I see some down there, but they're just your basic, square pattern. But if we see any more that are kind of like unique, we'll try to video it.
This is unique one, you see? This is unique.
This one belongs to this building, which is the European Economic Chamber of Trade. So we'll see if we can.
For Azerbaijan.
Yeah. We'll see if we can find any more. All right. So as we were walking around the old city, we just came across these pod-like features on this roof are actually part of a bathhouse that is below. This is what you could call a hammam, just exactly as you would hear the name pronounced in Turkey. And it just so happens to sit directly behind the Maiden's Tower, which we'll walk around to the front and give you the front side view, where the story is, I don't know if it's a legend, Mom, or if it's a legend, yeah, that a caliph locked his only daughter in there because she wanted to marry some commoner. She refused to marry who he wanted her to marry, and so she wanted to marry a commoner.
Peasant.
Yeah, and so she ended up jumping off the roof and committing suicide back when the sea was actually touching the beginning of the...
practically middle.
Oh, it was up to the middle?
Yes, it was
I thought it was touching the bottom.
It was practically up to the middle. Maybe not quite, but up to the middle.
Okay, so when the Caspian Sea was actually up to the middle.
It was made later for people to come and see what's inside.
Okay, so that was never meant to be exposed. It was always supposed to be underwater.
So that's why she committed suicide.
Well, we're going to get a little closer, and we're going to see just how what it looks like from the other side. So here we are at the Kiz Kalasi, the Maiden's Tower. However, we're not going to go inside right now because I've already been in there. But you can, as a tourist, climb. Yeah, and they're remodeling it, but you can climb up to the top, all the way up to the roof, and get a panoramic view of the city. I suggest you do it, but we will not be doing it for this video. So here's the front side of the Maiden's Tower, and what my mom told me was that the water actually was around the halfway mark, not at the base like that. So here we are on the Caspian Sea, which is directly here in front of us. Unfortunately, you cannot swim here. It's very polluted from years and years of industrial waste and, well, a bunch of other factors. Some interesting things to point out. Over there is where they just had the Baku games. I forgot exactly what game. It was the 2015 sports games that they just had. Next to that, to the right, that big white pole is actually one of the world's tallest flags. But unfortunately, it's been removed today because it's very windy and the flag is massive and it'll just break. If you continue around, you have the Baku Flaming Towers and the TV tower up there. And as you continue this way, you end up more into the industrial section where there's lots of hotels and lots of other tourist sites. So that's where we're going to continue to walk right now. So here we are in a very chic, upscale shopping center and kind of like area. Kind of reminds me of a couple places in Los Angeles. So here I am. I'm going to enter the gates of the old city. And you can see that the walls look really low. I'm not 100% sure, but my guess is that the street level has been considerably raised. It makes sense that these walls are like 22 feet high and, you know, to repel an army or anything. Yeah. See all the guard towers here. Oh, car coming. See the guard towers there. Continues on and on. You can see the flame towers in the background. And the old city is now residential. It's one of the safest, quietest areas around. Also, it's home to a number of shops. You see there's a cafe here. So it's definitely a mix of residential and business. You can see they have some kind of walking tours here. I'll just take a walk down this street. Again, you can see the different patterns on the windows. Some of these streets you can just barely drive a car down. They're very tight and narrow. So here we are on the boulevard, and this is a water fountain right below this really cool flag. The Azeri national flag up there. The largest flag in all of Azerbaijan, and I think the second largest in the world, is actually located further down the boulevard that way. You can now continue to the left and go to the boulevard this way for several miles, and then they've extended it so you can actually go to the right for several more miles where the largest flag is. You can kind of see it. It's peeking through those trees over there. So this is called the venice. And what you do is you take a boat ride and they kind of drive you through these pool canals all around the structure, this building. It's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna actually jump in and do it right now. The price is 3 manats for an adult and 2 manat for a child. Alright, check in soon.
12 feet.
here we are on the Caspian Sea. You can see all the oil rigs are around here and out there. And there's obviously people swimming. Maybe tomorrow we'll be lucky enough to go to the beach. The water is quite warm actually. Yeah. So here's another view of the Caspian Sea. You can swim here. And I was just told there's very big snakes that live in these grassy parts. But the water is nice. So here we are at the salt sea. You can see that this is all salt here. They collect it and then they sell it. There's some people swimming. The color of the water is actually red, blood red. And it's all 100% salt. Nothing lives here. And there's even like a salt foam right there. It's pretty crazy. And there's a crazy rainbow I haven't seen before like this in the sky. Wow. That's nuts.